May 12th, 2016. Bodily strength. Get as close to your natural shape as you can. No point in shaping a curve against the spine. Better to work it off first before weight training seriously. What use is a colony of an ant that can lift a large amount of weight a short distance when the goal for the ant's life is to move as much as it can, as often as it can, but be ready to work soon after, outlying basic rest. Repetition is useful once form is understood and improved upon. You build strength through repeatedly tearing with finer scarring, other than ripping greater than intended chunks of sinew. Move 1,000 couches and you get strong over a lifetime, but move a boulder and you're strong that one time. Hopefully it wasn't too much to do it again. Not to mention the heart is just a valve, and putting twice or more against it can't be great for it. It must stretch it out somehow. Can the heart be healed like an arm muscle strength training? May 12th, 2016. The pills make me groggy as hell. Sleeping from 9:30 a.m. until 1 p.m. isn't good enough. Paid off the credit card debt thanks to Mum, but too broke to fill the car with gas, so better start looking for a job. Hopefully I can get a job at that iPhone fix-it place if it's still available. Not sure what to do with myself today. I really should draw that curved version of the hull so that it'll rotate away the causeway of the generator. I could CAD and 3D print and glue a rough version together. I was originally going to use the $500 I had in the bank to get it molded, but then it isn't happening now, and I have to do everything I can not to dip back into the bank card because I have literally no way of paying it off. I hope this doesn't make Jay too mad. Got a date night tonight with Jay at the Heckle Vision, and I'm feeling relatively normal, so there shouldn't be any issues with my behavior or attitude during. Plus, it's a movie I've not seen, so it's always an added bonus making jokes on the fly. Should be just enough to forget myself for a bit. Went to the hiking trail 2 days ago, and there was a guy sitting in a green shirt with "Join the Pack" on it. I wonder why everyone thinks it's okay to talk down to me like that today at the gym. Was she talking down or just frustrated? She did say not the boss, which I'm not asking to be, and didn't think she was, but I don't like having some random person tell me off because I couldn't hear what they were saying. I have to stop going to the coffee shop completely and find somewhere I can go outside of the house that doesn't cost money and wouldn't let me bring in a bottle of water, but that I've always got to find somewhere else to work on this while I'm there, so I'm not just doing what I do at home. Finding a job might help that, though I'm freaked out about losing my health coverage because there's no way I can afford thousands of dollars in pills every month just to stay sane. I'll be lucky to make $200 a week if I find something in my work history. Plus, how do you pretend to enjoy anything when you're this watched person and there's potentially something better out there and you have no idea on how to go about getting to it? But having double conversations all the time is just aggravating because it looks like that's all it will stay, and there's no point or benefit from doing so on your end as far as you can see. But you're not sitting kind enough to listen to a full conversation, so you're not helping the matter. There is no magic lab incoming, and likely never going to be a job that actually uses your mindset unless you make it yourself, so find a job that doesn't involve a lot of fake-ass customers and is hopefully quiet and grind out a paycheck and see if you can keep your head level. Call the lady at the disability office and get that started tomorrow because you need money coming in. Jay's family thinks I'm a bum, and my family thinks I'm a burden, and I am a bum and a burden. Once you've got a job, find a school and take classes if you can handle it. Just figure out how to handle the constant incongruity because you don't have a choice. I wish I wasn't Peter and could just be Jay again. There is a sense of self you lose when finding something like this out, like some character dealing with a double identity in a television show, and it's not fun. None of it is fun. You learn to pretend to smile again and can laugh occasionally, but it's just this unending grinding in your head and there's no way to turn it off or stop it. And I'm supposed to believe I'm special enough to warrant this new lifestyle, but I don't because I've never been that special in anything with anyone except Jay. And what do I do with this information? Why is it harder to accept it as true and not fight it? Is it because it's not a rational set of ideas a person would expect to see outside of a fantasy movie? Oh look, you're some kind of chosen one, quite literally. And there's some plan that you don't understand, emotion that involves you, but you don't get to find out the group that tells you what the goal is. There's no freaking way they manufactured a person like this, but it feels like they did. Why is my birth chart perfectly symmetrical? Why did that weird them out so much? Is that not normal? Why does this life keep pointing out to me over and over that I'm not normal and not part of the community I want to be in? Something outside. over and over and over again. Is this an existential crisis, or am I just going mad? I think the worst possible thing this could be is just to watch and not get help in any way. Then the grinding would just keep building until I couldn't handle it, and I offed myself because nothing made sense anymore. I'm freaked out that the sense of such a large idea will continue to drive me mad, or does it do it partially and then you rebuild from there? All the work I did rewiring my brain, and I've got this large chunk of dirt stuck in there and it's not letting it mesh. I don't know how to fake being normal to get a real job to help pay the bills. I don't understand why it would make it traceable so I could figure it out unless it was meant to be figured out. But how, and God, I know this sounds egotistical, but it's the only way I can think about it. How does the hero in the novel deal with an awesome idea? I've never read anything that deals with it. And they're meant for more than the humdrum waste of life they've been living. There's always a support network to rally against until the cold realization that it's true sinks in far enough to feel actionable by the person, or they just somehow blindly accept it as truth because their neurotic reality of it probably wouldn't make for a good story. But what do I do with this information? That I'm the watched and recorded, and the special, and how do I make the most of the chance that's figuring it out surely implies is open, and why is it a matter of faith and not a matter of being for the greater humanity's whole than for the self's gain? And how do I do this so Jay thinks I'm going to my job to make a living and helping people without being constantly mocked by a community that doesn't seem to want me to be a part of them? You're literally lonely your whole life like this. From as far back as you can remember, you're excluded or at least ignored or not thought to be included in the group action. You get used to it, but you never actually feel okay about it. It's sad. You were color mapping yesterday at the gym. 2 blue people, 1 female to my left, 1 male to my one in front of me. 1 pink female overtaking a purple female's position, 2 blue guys left and 2 green people. And behind that, red and black. There was the pink paper reader to my right, and that set below my line of sight after her walk. And the major colors of the lower gym were red, then black, then blue after the lady in the red hoodie walked down the stairs. There's too many people to be involved in being around me, and they cannot possibly be involved. Gray guy was there again, same outfit as last time, different time of day, but still to the right of me, this time on an elliptical versus a treadmill. The thin girl on the stair machine was there too, pink water bottle but gray shirt. I like her for some reason. She just keeps going for however long it takes her. She usually has a message on her shirt, nothing this time. The purple-haired lady head, and it's stronger than you on her shirt, also purple. Neat that it matched her hair. If they're not part of it, it's amazing to see the amount of programming that gets into a room without people realizing. Captain America shirt dude was back to the right side of the lower gym. There was a bigger guy in a green behind him, and there was just do it guy to the left side of the room in the machine complex. There was another green 00 as well, though I don't know the green and yellow reference. The television was playing Anderson Cooper's show about opioid addiction and was a housing show with the effeminate twins helping a couple pick a tiny house and the other tenant that had black ink ads, but I stopped watching to focus in on my run. Jupiter is a very pretty piece. They know that the colors affect you, so they surrounded you with solid blue shirts and blue ads, and it messes with your head, causing you to get angry because it appears obviously intentional. The 2 ladies talking behind me were upsetting. I'm not being told off by people for no reason. I can't hear you in the coffee house even when the headphones were off. It's a bad place to meet up. I could walk to the library, but it's such a crummy place. I could try the smaller one, but that would probably just feel off-putting considering how claustrophobic the place is. The Cooper show made me think about the opioids I was given when my ribs busted. 300 pills for 6 months. Literally 1 every 6 hours without a break to take the prescription. How they were unavoidably degradation to my junky younger brother, and how his stealing my meds soured our relationship that much further. How it was interesting to think that it may have been designed that way, possibly, and how much it was a bummer either way, if it was an intentional move or not. I have no reason to call my mother other than she's lonely and would want to have someone to complain to, which I don't feel like doing. She needs to get out of her house and make friends. Why would you want to talk to someone that treated you like crap anyway? May 12th, 2016. I wonder what the need for a mentor stems from, and why you're so eager to go looking for one. Unresolved parental issues, probably, but the idea of finding someone to trust with your designs that's got years of similar work behind them is oddly romantic. That they'll know what to get you producing and getting things solved from drawing to actually holding the devices in your hands must be absolutely fulfilling, or you would hope so, though part of me is sure it's the number of successful builds that makes a continued career worthwhile and enjoyable, not that each build wouldn't have a set of issues to work through, or that there wouldn't be hard work with each problem set to work through. But I'm unaware of how to learn something quickly without forcing it into a problem set. And why is it always a teacher you're looking for? Been like that since you were a kid. Is it the benefit of information parsed into a conventional problem set? Is it the relationship you're looking for? Or is it something else you're unaware of? Is it trained into you, or do you implicitly trust someone like that? Is that why Good Will Hunting is your movie? Because that's what you've been looking for your whole life? Or because you knew that you were that smart but never got to show it properly? Does a series of inadequacies lead to a life of type where you get to build what's in your head? The workshop is open again, which is nice. It's been a while since I've had control of my dream state. Forgot that you needed a lucid dream to unlock the door again. Must remember the Las Vegas Strip the next time. Walking down the strip, it's hot, stifling. A dirt road with nothing on either side. You keep walking. There's a white stucco pawn shop with barred windows. The curved tiled roof shimmers in the heat. It's too dark to see inside the storefront, but you know it's open. There's a door to the pawn shop, and next to that, a nondescript white wall with a white painted door with a brass silver knob. It's got a lock in the knob, but you know it'll open when you turn it, and it does. And you're back in your workshop. The drawing desk is against the wall like it always has been. The video on the laptop is at the front of the pawn shop. You catch the glimpse of you going through the white door, then it disappears from the wall completely. The exercise is there if you need it, but you'll likely not be for a while. Once you're in, the road disappears and you start there instead. It's good to be back. The room is bigger, but not any less sparsely decorated than before. The markers needed to make the room the first time are no longer there. The bookcase is just a corner of a white room. There isn't a chair until you need one, but it will be overstuffed, comfortable, and rigid, perfect for needing to work. The thing is still spinning. Not glowing anymore, though, just physically moving. Diagrams line the wall. I should check them out in depth tonight. Drummer Boy plays on. Please visit anchor.fm/divergentmind to leave a message so that I may get back to you. Thank you. Have a nice day.